Okay. Are we live? I think we are. For those of you who want to chat, send in some questions on that link I just sent you. You can go to the chat room there. Maybe I should turn and face the camera. What do you think, Daniel? We are. For those of you who... I got to turn this down. Yeah. All right, let's turn this sucker around. Oh, God, I'm having a bad... oh, my God, look at that hair. Here's the deal. I just went to King Soopers, and you have to understand, the last 5 years of my life, I've really not gone shopping or gone to a grocery store because I wake up, do the radio show, and then go to the television station and pretty much eat, breathe, and sleep sports all day. So the wife sent me to go pick up some organic stuff, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And I felt intimidated at the grocery store because all the people were looking at me going, this guy's such an amateur shopper. He doesn't even know what he's doing, the avocados. It took me an hour to grab like 6 items. And it was embarrassing and humiliating, somewhat humbling, and revealing that I've lost some of my street smarts. When I can't negotiate the aisles at King Soopers, I mean, what's the point, right? So I'm aiming to get that back. That's my goal here in the next 30 days. All right, so here we go. Let's see here. Vic, what do the Broncos do when bad weather hits? They play. They play through it. And if there's any excuses, I won't buy them. I can't fathom it's going to be below 30 degrees. I wonder how Peyton is going to react. If it's below 30 degrees, he's got to deal with it just like everybody else. Brock Osweiler against the Patriots. Remember that snow game, how bad it was? He threw the ball well in the fourth quarter. You got to deal with it. There's no excuses now. No going back. As I mentioned, no going back. You've opened Pandora's box. He's your quarterback. If it's bad weather, he has to deal with it. And I think he understands that. He's a big boy. Let's see. The fact that Brock was, we heard today from Kubiak that Brock may not practice tomorrow because that injury could be worse than anticipated, the sprained knee. I'm confused by that. I didn't see him limping after the game. I didn't see any issues. I just don't know what's there. You take your word for it that he is hurt. But I don't know the extent of that injury. If there was a game this weekend, put it that way, he'd be able to play. They may be holding him out for precautionary reasons, but I think he's going to be just fine. Let's see. Anyway, I sent a link out there on Twitter on this guy's story from the Boston Globe, Chad Finn. Good article, very well written. And the title of the article, the NFL media looks the other way on Peyton Manning and HGH. And he specifically cites certain examples. For example, Jim Nantz, unwilling to talk about it during the broadcast and during the Mike Francesa show. And then he said, this is the line that gets me because I laughed out loud because he brought, of course, Tom Brady into the equation. And this is the paragraph that makes me wonder what the hell this guy's thinking. In New England, in the aftermath of Deflategate, we can't help but wonder, had the HGH been sent to Tom Brady and his wife Giselle rather than the Mannings, would there be such radio silence on the story? First of all, there isn't radio silence on the story. I mean, everyone has talked about it, okay? It's not like everyone's gone underground and hit the mute button. They've discussed it to the extent that they can discuss it. We don't have the same specific details on this story as we did with Deflategate. We had NFL employees admit that they were deflating footballs. We had viable evidence. This is a story from Al Jazeera, well, there's no viable evidence. All we have is a report. So how do you expect the national media to flood this with takes, hot takes, when we don't have the same evidence? So it's interesting. You get this all the time. And listen, we're all territorial. I'm sure that somebody here would write the same thing about Tom Brady. But here's a Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning thing all over again. Oh, well, Peyton Manning's they're letting him slide because he's Peyton Manning. And if this were Brady, they'd kill him. Yeah. You know why? Because the Patriots have a history of this. I have a history of doing things that aren't necessarily legal when it comes to NFL rules. So whatever, I get it. If we're taking it soft on Peyton Manning, it's not because we're ignoring the story. It's simply because we don't have the same evidence. That's all I have to say about that. Let me go back to this page where we get the questions and answers here. There we go. Okay. Anybody else have a question? Steelers or Texans? Give me 18. Chiefs gave me 17 from my shirt shop. 5280. What are you doing, my man? I can't wait to watch that freaking Minnesota game. That's going to be so cold and nasty. That's going to be my favorite game of the week, to be honest with you. I love those weather games. And really, I have no sympathy for the players who play in them because I think we'd all love to play in cold weather games. What was the other one that I wanted to answer? I think, dude, how do I access the chats? How do I access the chats? Yeah, I've lost that page already. Is this it? The live dashboard?
No, you were just there.
Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, okay.
And then I don't know how you scroll up and down though. It's weird. It's like not working.
Yeah, it's not scrolling. All right, forget it. I don't need it. All right, anyway, so that's about all I got right now. This weekend, you know what we're going to do this weekend? I like this idea. Dale, I want to do this weekend. How about we do this? During the games, during the playoff games, let's do a live chat session during the games. And it probably goes against NFL regulations, but we'll have the game on the television behind me, and we'll talk about, the game itself, have a live chat while we're all watching the game and just sort of have fun with it, like we're at the bar watching the game. We can exchange ideas. We can make fun of guys. Maybe we can even curse. Can you curse? You probably don't want to curse, do you? Nah, not on YouTube. But we'll have fun with it. So tell your friends. We'll during the games this weekend, we'll turn on this sucker and do a live chat session and discuss what's happening. And then we can continue to discuss whatever develops with the Broncos. I'm going to try and get back out there and go to King Soopers later again and make amends for what I just did. Embarrassing myself. It's a jungle, the grocery store. I was not prepared. I haven't been there in a long time. When the guy asked for my King Soopers card and I couldn't produce it, that was a scary moment. I froze. All right.